designer and Feng Shui expert, Laura Mara.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And you know what? I was looking at that space. It's a very well-decorated space. And some people think that, you know, good Feng Shui and good decorating don't always meet.
That's right.
So you're here to prove us wrong.
I'm here to say that is not the case. Yeah, because I do both, I have trouble bringing a Feng Shui element in that actually kind of goes against design elements or principles, you know. So, you can do both.
Exactly.
So, and you just have to be creative. There are different ways to bring in elements and Feng Shui cures. There's so many different ways to do it that you can be creative and not have that bad design.
Let's start off with the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
Okay, basically what is that?
So yin and the yang is, they're represented by two different sort of, you know, think of that Sao symbol, the white and the black symbol, okay? And in each of those, in that little sort of fishy symbol, there's like a little black dot or a little white dot. So that means you always have to have them balanced. And even when you have a lot of yang, you always have a little yin.
Right.
So a lot of people like to think of it as masculine yang and feminine yin. Okay. So you can think of it that way. It's kind of a very rudimentary way to think of it. But each of them have different sort of characteristics. So yin is dark, cold, low, soft.
Okay.
Yang is high, bright.
Energy,
fire. So you can tell, like, when you look at a space, it's like high ceilings or white walls or big windows, that's very yang. Whereas a spa setting where it's low, you know, furnishings and low lights, that's yin.
Okay, but you want to balance the two of them. That's the big thing.
Unless you're trying to achieve something specific, like, you know, it's a trading room at a stockbroker's house where you need that yang energy, or it's a spa, you do want to balance it. People aren't comfortable in one that's dominated.
And it's one of those things you feel. You don't necessarily even sometimes you see. You can feel the energy's weird.
Yeah, for sure, And you can tell when you're not comfortable in a space, and it's because it's off.
So let's have a look at some beautifully designed spaces that you say have great elements of Feng Shui in them.
They're really good examples of Feng Shui. So the first one, you can see here, it actually, if you look, it's sort of a darker space with a darker, rich green, soft furnishings, and they've added that bang, that punch of red, that fire, which is yang as well. And it's added that punch, and what does that do? That's actually a focal point. So from a design standpoint, you know, you're sort of looking at that room and saying it needs something, and they've picked a really bold painting, bright red bang, hit it, just like that. So and it's Feng Shui as well.
If that painting weren't there, then the room would just have sort of...
too much yin?
Yeah, it would be too quiet. It would be
quiet.
Yeah, almost too much.
I mean, the ceilings are nice and high, but they have dark woods and soft, dark kind of greens, but it's, it brings in that energy, and it also at the same time really, as from a design standpoint, sets it off nicely.
That's cool. Yeah. The next one, that's a beautiful room. It's gorgeous.
Nice room. Yes. This is an example of a room when you're creating a room like this. I liked it. It's a little more yin.
Is it?
It's a little more yin.
Why is that?
Dark wood. Lower ceilings. The painting is actually, you know, sort of a yin painting because, you know, it's dark, it's blues, it's watery, it's
So what's that going to bring into that person's home?
Calm and very soothing. So this is where
I need to go get me some of that yin, don't I?
They want to read and sit and relax here, but they didn't just. If you do that too much, it becomes depressing and a little oppressive. So they've added in white hits, like even in the floor. I mean, if you look at the flooring, there's like white checker marks and a checkerboard, and then the dining room table is white, and there's hard angles balanced with soft furnishings. So
So let's have a look at this one here. Now you talk. I know that there's something about drapery you're talking about on your tape. You know, when you have that view, and that's what you enjoy, you need a drapery treatment to make sure that you're blocking some of that yin and yang, or what are you doing there?
This is a good example of that. So again, these are huge, beautiful, gorgeous windows, right? And you don't want to say, no, I don't want gorgeous windows in my house. You want to go with it, but what can you work? How can you work with that? So again, lots of yang energy coming in, huge, tall ceilings. So just by strategically placing furniture and by adding really good quality, proper window treatments, you've added in that yin. So you've softened all that yang energy.
So it's not just bold, it's not just firing in
and
there.
You have the option to close them halfway. They're also nice and rich, and they're not like hard lines. They're folded, so that's again yin, softness.
And that's almost one of those things. So if that window didn't have drapery treatments, it would feel very hard. You know, drapery treatments actually need to soften the room.
It would be very distracting.
So from a design point, that, you know, bad design right there says that there's going to be bad Feng Shui, and the good design, which is going to help the space look better, is going to add to the Feng Shui and the balance in there.
I think they've done a good job of trying trying to create a soothing space with both design, and they didn't know it, but they did Feng Shui.
Yeah. That's right, yeah.
And the next one I love, you know, if you're lucky to have a fireplace, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of, what that would be.
So it's Yang.
Yang, a lot of
But if
Yang.
you look
I need to write these down on my hands. I'm going to tattoo them on my hands. Yeah.
You guys are going to get it.
We're going to get it. We're going to figure it out.
We want it already. You guys are already there. So this space is really yin, actually, even though it's got fire in it, just because it's, I don't want to say fussy, but it sort of lends itself to being a lot of pattern, a lot of texture, layers and layers, but it's got that hunting room, that cozy feel. And so, you know, that's what they went for. But it's nice because they've added in the red elements, so the fire, so it's balanced still.
And, and the black adds what?
Black is water, actually.
Water.
So there's a lot of red in there. And when you add black in, you add water. And what does water do? It sort of counterbalances fire, right?
Yeah, well, that's right. So you have to, if you want money, though, isn't black a color that brings money into your house?
It is in certain areas of the home,
because our whole place is black. Black, 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 everything's black. I want money, I want money.
Areas of the home, you want to bring in black. Yeah, there's specific
But you got to be careful with too much of it.
Too much of it, again, that's water, that's yin. But what I like here from a design standpoint is black punctuates the space. It's the same way. Can you imagine if that were all red and there was no black there? It would be like too much. Yeah, so it's nice. It hits it.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Well, this is amazing. Thank you so much for coming in. And we're getting a better handle on it. You got to have the balance. But I love the fact that it has a great design and it has really good feng shui. You don't have to. And you're here to make sure that we don't sacrifice. Thank you so much. Great job.
Okay, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to play the high-low game next.
All right, but Laura's got another feng shui tip for you. Just look at this.
Another great way to bring in the wood element, and it's really easy, is actually to use pattern. So I have these really nice towels with a floral pattern on them. You could pick draperies or choose a really beautiful piece of artwork that represents flowers or the color green. And that's a great, easy way to bring it in.